Welcome back to the Sharaba V Tarot channel. I am your host. Before I begin, I want to shout out Lilo Vanity, a constant beacon of feminine strength. My readings are based on your Vedic Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And today I want to clarify the difference between tropical. Typically in the United States, we are taught our tropical sign. The difference between tropical, sidereal, and Vedic are the placements. So if you are a tropical Aquarius, then you are a Vedic Capricorn. If you are a tropical Gemini, then you will want to listen to the Taurus reading. I want to clarify because it's a little unorthodox based on your regionality. Let us begin. I am a servant of the great work, not its master. If you find my readings helpful, I ask that you donate to No Baby Blisters or ebresearchnetwork.org. All proceeds go towards pain medicine, bandages, or surgery fees for children suffering from blisters. Hugs should not hurt. If you need further assistance, check the description box. Today, I'm going to be reading for the air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and finishing the day with the water signs: Pisces, where the moon currently left, Cancer, and Scorpio. All right, so first off, we have Aquarius. So last reading, you had the Three of Cups, so there was a little bit of celebrating going on. The Six of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So it looks like you were dealing with a strong earth sign energy. Three of Cups mean that you have been celebrating. You had been outside of yourself. Aquarius typically have a very reserved nature, but with that Three of Cups, you were overdue for some celebration. And in the same breath, you had the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is an outreach from the inner child to connect with hobbies or activities that you enjoyed in your adolescence, but as you got older, kind of got left by the wayside. We're going to see how that went. You have the Three of Pentacles. So it's the Three of Pentacles. You could still, so you had the Queen of Pentacles, now you have the Three of Pentacles. So meaning there's some teamwork aspects involved with your life. You've been trying to be a little bit more warm and inviting towards others instead of staying to yourself so much. So you've been displaying your skills in teamwork. You typically are very self-reliant. That the Aquarius is the water bearer, and they typically don't want to hold anybody else's emotion besides their own. And this card symbolizes that you have become a team player, whether you know it or not. The people around you are very grateful for who you are, Aquarius. Keep it up. You also have the Six of Swords. So there's some looking back. So there is some disagreement in the way the Wheel of Fortune, the way the wheel card is turning. And you should be moving away from difficulties and abandoning old assumptions. So there are some assumptions that you're holding on to that don't reflect your current standpoint, that don't reflect your current view of life. It might be some old assumptions that you need to let go. You have to remember, in this scenario, you could also be dealing with an air sign, that you are not the ferryman. You have only so much control of the situation. The ferryman is the cosmic forces that move us forward through the day, through the week, through the month, through the year. Your assumptions and your preconceived notions are typically just one of the swords lodged in the boat. Excuse me. And you have the Two of Cups. With the Two of Cups, it is a moment of self-reflection. There are some new experiences in front of you, and it is a call for self-reflection. I'm not sure if you see the two snakes wrapping around the coil. This is a symbol of medicine. This is a symbol of healing. It is a symbol of negotiation. And then above that, you can kind of see the lion. You can kind of see the pride of the situation. So you might want to do some self-reflection and kind of weigh your options in your decision making and make sure you are the focus and not external validation. Next, we move into Gemini. So last time, Gemini, you had the Nine of Pentacles. You have almost reached a point of self-reliance and a feeling of resourcefulness. You've been displaying a lot of self-discipline. You have been challenging yourself to improve in aspects of your life, and you may feel the work you put in is going unnoticed. That was last week. You also had the Devil card, so you could have been dealing with the Capricorn, or there could have been a resistance that you are. You had the Devil card and the Sun card, so there might have been some expressions you wanted to make, but these expressions that you wanted to make, Gemini, weren't really going to move anything forward. They would just be making you feel better. And as an air sign, that's perfectly fine, but there was a hint of the Devil card. So let's see what that led to. The Hierophant. So you pull the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very solitary. So you could be pulling back your energy out of situations. You could be extremely self-focused. And as you can see, there is some sort of staff kind of lodged through the head. And although it is It could be cumbersome to you. It is basically taking the time out to spend time with yourself to outline what direction you want to go in, Gemini. It is the moment of sitting, breathing, connecting with yourself, either forward or backwards. Where do you see yourself in the future, or what parts of yourself that you may have forgotten over the years or over time that you want to reconnect with? The Hierophant is extremely potent in mapping out direction. And after that Hierophant, you are due for an aha moment, pulling the rabbit out of the hat, looking at what you want to reach, your objective. In this case, this rabbit is either an adventure you want to go on, something that you want to bring to fruition. There's a difference between the Fool card and the Magician card. The Fool card typically steps off with nothing but optimism in the bag. The Magician card steps off the porch, takes one step forward, but it is also better prepared. You see how the stance is very strong and there's a leaning forward. There are some things that you want to bring to fruition after you leave this Hierophant moment that you have the power to bring forth. The Queen of Swords. You have two major arcana cards with the Hierophant, the Magician, and then the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords could be either legal resolution or a female figure in your life who delivers typically cutting news. You could also be dealing with another Gemini. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could be dealing with a Libra. But this Queen of Swords typically is understanding. Next, we move into Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in Libra. Last time you had the Six of Wands, meaning that there was something building. You had a little momentum, Libra, but there was something that you were building, something you wanted to bring to the forefront, and you had the Five of Cups, meaning that you had stepped out into your social circle just a little bit more than usual, and the Devil card. So there may have been some addictions around you. You may be not necessarily, I think this Devil card came out last for you and first for Gemini, because there may have been some addictions, not that you had, but people around you had, and it has helped shape who you are. What I mean by this is there were some actions that the people around you, family, friends, loved ones around you, actions that they had taken or take. And the Devil card, you noticed it was kind of like the Devil card in reverse. Like it was something you didn't want to be involved in. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. So you drew the Nine of Pentacles. You drew the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a sign of self-reliance and success. You've been showing a lot of self-discipline, getting up when you say you're going to get up. I feel there's been a lot of honor. So there have been some responsibilities. And although these responsibilities might not have been simple to deal with, this Nine of Pentacles represents that you've been challenging yourself. You've been truly working towards making sure that your goals, your objectives, you've been maintaining your boundaries. You've been saying no where you said yes in the past. You've been saying yes to things that are for you, and you have been focused on this raven right here. And this raven is the hope that you have for yourself on down the line. You've been making decisions based on your betterment. Queen of Wands. And this Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with, it's in the middle, and you being a Libra, this is pretty significant. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. You are either dealing with a Sagittarius, a Leo, or the cardinal fire sign. And it's a sign of independence. It's a sign of leadership. You have held your head high, and although some people around you might not agree, you understand that your manifestations are above you now, and no more effort is required at this moment. It is the only thing you need to do now, Libra, is relax and allow spirit to carry you. The reason that I am clarifying that is because as a Libra, there is an unending back and forth on to be or not to be, an unending push and pull of to be or not to be. And in this sense, I mean to be or not to be, as in, do I take action to try to move it forward, or do I take my hands off of the situation and allow spirit to move, allow guidance, allow space to exist? I would recommend, with this Queen of Wands already moving forward, and she already has a firm grip on your manifestation, to let it be. Take no more action, Libra. The devil card again. So it looks like you may be safeguarding yourself and having so much push and pull because you want to avoid certain behaviors that you have exhibited in the past, but you did not reach the outcomes because of the behaviors you exhibited. So there are situations that have similarities, but you are hoping to reach a different outcome. You could also be dealing with an earth sign. It could be specifically a Capricorn, but definitely be wary that you do not fall back into the merry-go-round of what did I do, what should I do, what can I do. Treat yourself how you treat others. Give yourself the grace that you so often give others, Libra. Before I move forward into the water signs, I want to take a moment and show my sincere gratitude. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, so I thank you. Beyond that, if you are finding this reading helpful, I ask that you donate to nobabyblisters.org, or ebresearchnetwork.org. All proceeds go towards pain medicine, bandages, band-aids, and often surgery for children suffering from severe blistering, both internal and external. Hugs should not hurt. If you need more detail and need a more detailed reading, there is a number in the description box. Moving forward to the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Last time, Pisces, you had the Two of Cups, you had the Judgment, and you had the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Two of Cups, there might have been some self-evaluation. The Judgment card had given you judgment already been passed. Whatever situation, whatever you disagreed with, no matter what action you took towards the situation that currently comes to mind, Pisces, the Judgment card came out because the universe does not care. The situation was not going to change based off the action that you were going to take. But you also had the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very almost energy. You could be dealing with an earth sign, male or female, but judgment already been passed one way or the other. Let's find out where that has led you, Pisces. Well, two cards are falling. What are they? Queen of Wands. So Pisces, there is a very strong feminine fire sign in your life. This could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or cardinal fire. This Queen of Wands represents independence, holding your head high. I feel the decision that you had going around in your mind last reading with the Two of Cups correlated to this Queen of Wands. And you also had the Knight of Cups. That's very interesting. So with the Knight of Cups, this is often an emotional input. It is a proposition or invitation. And the way that this Queen of Wands, it looks like you've been approached by a fire sign, or you could be considering being the Knight of Cups. With that being said, with the Knight of Cups, it also can represent fantasies. You might want to reach a point of searching into your inner world, really beginning to dive into the mirror that you are, Pisces, and focus on reflecting back where you want to guide the situation. The reason why you want to get this clarity, because what you're going to do about this fire Queen of Wands energy is because there's a Two of Swords. There is a decision that needs to be made, and in order for you to make the correct decision, you need to make sure that that's the situation that you want to bring forth, the situation that you want to find yourself in, It is possible, but you really need to do the self-reflection that the Knight of Cups is, because this fantasy and where you want to be guided needs to be structured a little bit. So I wouldn't leave it up to the other person to guide where you want to end up, either male or female. You just want to take this Knight of Cups energy and make sure that you are guiding this beast the right way. You see how this beast it's not moving, it's very subtle. And there's also a cup raised, but you have to tell this beast where your destination is, or you're going to go off path. And with this Two of Swords, there's two ways the situation that comes to mind, Pisces, can end up. Cancer. Last time you had the Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. So it looks like there might have been some heavy betrayal that you are having trouble coming to grips with. You are currently not at the point of emotional stability that a Cancer needs to find itself at. Especially with that Ten of Swords, someone treated you a way that you not only felt like you didn't deserve, it was a way that you would not treat this other person. What you have to realize, my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Cancer, is you cannot expect you from other people. You cannot expect you from other people. Four of Cups. So stable foundation, a reevaluation. It is a moment of pause, of taking a moment to reflect. It is time to grab your favorite snack, very, very small snack. Grab your favorite yogurt, your favorite Jello, your favorite parfait. Sit Indian style and really take it all in. It seems like a lot has transpired between, I'm getting the feeling, a little bit before November and now, Cancer. And it is just a call to reevaluate. It is time to take a moment of pause, because this is, before the storm, there's always a warning. And as you can see, that the cups are very neatly organized in front of you. And you can kind of see Spirit is sitting in the back, just kind of paying attention and looking back and forth between the cups. That's perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine to breathe and allow yourself to digest what has been disturbing and shaking your emotional waves, Cancer. The Devil card. Someone's been doing something that they probably should not have done, but that's not exactly what the Devil represents. The Devil card is more repetition in this sense. The reason you need to sit with this Four of Cups is because you've been making a decision and it's brought forth this Devil card. You have been attempting to resolve a situation the same way over and over again, and it keeps ending you up back in square one, which has brought you to a state of repetition and not really moving forward. So last time you had the Ten of Swords, which is a card of a situation ending altogether, and the Knight of Cups. It looks like you drove that Knight of Cups, that decision that you've been making over the last couple of weeks has not brought you nor the situation you're in any satisfaction or any serenity. Devil card shows up right before the Tower moment. You have not, the bright side is you have not reached the Tower moment. You might be feeling some uncomfort. You might be feeling a little bit of panic, a little bit of depression or anxiety in the situation, but you have not reached the point of allowing it to reach a Tower moment, which is the loss of a piece of foundation because you didn't want to accept the lesson. The Chariot card. So this is manifestation energy. The Chariot represents the overall. It represents the overall trajectory of years to come. It looks like you are faced with a decision, and because you want to keep revisiting a dead situation, it is shaking your chariot. And this chariot is going to keep moving. It is going to have its way. So this is manifestation energy, either towards your goals or away from it. You've pushed this situation, my sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Cancer, to the point of it's an uphill battle, and this uphill battle is about to change the trajectory of what's going to happen for you, not just in the immediate future, but on down the lines. I would participate in self-reflection. As much as you want to take revolutionary action, you want to bring about the outcomes that you want, a lot of what you're feeling right now comes from, it's ego driven. It's not for the benefit of the situation and the whole. It's ego driven. You want to satisfy your own ego. I would not recommend taking that standpoint and viewpoint. And be very careful in the next coming weeks, Cancer. Lastly, we are going to wrap up with Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in Scorpion. Last time, you all had the Seven of Swords and two other cards that I did not take note on. But the Seven of Swords was really just mask. It was self-deception. You refused to take a 30,000 foot view of the situation, and it warns against manipulation and dishonesty. You may have had the unrealistic view of a relationship and focused on an ideal. This was a challenge to scrutinize and evaluate how you're being treated and if you are settling. Nine of Wands. You are nearing a completion point. You have been beaten, battered, bruised. A part of you feels like giving up. I implore you to push through. When you are walking through fiery hallways, the only option is to keep moving forward. You can no longer go back to the place that you were, and spirit, whoever you call upon, is ushering you forward. And with this Nine of Wands, you have established some very good things. So these are the insecurities, these are the doubts that you have conquered. And you see that there is still just one more hang-up that's in your hand. You have overcome so much that you continuously feel like there's going to be nothing but challenge in front of you. That is not the case. The Two of Wands. You have the will to overcome, and you have dominion over your will. If you can control nothing else, you can control yourself. What I mean by this is life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do about it. This supports this persuasive action and embracing new ideas on how to go about the situation. Being represented by the Death card, Scorpio is in a constant flow of transformation. But with this Two of Wands, you are frustrated with the constant change. The Two of Wands, you really just want to build a more firm foundation, and that's perfectly fine. And also, Five of Wands, with this restlessness, you have a desire to pursue new heights. The Five of Wands represents competition, rivalry. Either your past self is challenging you to evaluate how you can be better, or you may be experiencing challenges. So you may have noticed that there are some people around you who you might not have been fond with from the beginning, but also they've become a little bit more aggressive in their dislike of you. The best way to transmute this energy is to ignore it and rise above the situation. That concludes the reading. Go forth and prosper. I will follow up in the middle of the week to finish up with the sun, moon, rising, and Venus, earth signs, and fire signs. Thanks for joining.